Sure.
Yeah, it does feel like everything is sort of up in the air right now. I think is Justin. I like your word of impermanent. I'm not even sure if that's a real word, but I like it. I think it's a real word, and regardless of whether it is, it absolutely fits. And Maura, you're bringing up all the short-term deals they have around. I totally agree.
But it's not like they're signing total scrubs that you've never heard. Like they're signing guys with upside.
Yes,
but they're not fully investing in them for the future. They're going to see how things play out.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. They're not tanking. It's very clear they are not tanking. They are not trying to be bad.
Right.
Not at all. They are bringing in quality players that they like, that they think can have a significant positive effect on the direction of the team for this year. But they're also not making a lot of long-term investments in anybody. They haven't invested in anybody for more than 3 years, and very few for even 3. So there does seem to be a lot of like, hey, we're just kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
It felt like you were just kind of doing the same middling thing over and over again, and I'm just excited for the change.
I agree with that. I'm excited to see change, sometimes even just for the sake of it being change and to do things a little bit differently. I am concerned that this is not necessarily a way out of limbo. That is, as of today, my chief Seahawk concern. And it's, by the way, balanced by a lot of real positives. I hope nobody is hearing me come on and saying, I don't like what they've done. This is a problem. I'm not saying any of that. I kind of like what they've done. I feel like they gave up a little too much on Sam Howell. That's the biggest criticism I could come up with for the Seahawks offseason thus far and everything else they've done. I really hated giving up the 3rd-round pick. That really kind of stuck with me. Ultimately, again, if he's great, it won't matter. And, until the draft goes down and all the other trades and everything else that goes with it, this is still just a part in the process. So you're sort of judging something that's incomplete. But, we have to be on the air every day until the draft. So we're going to judge based on what we know right now with the opportunity and understanding that could change down the line. I thought they gave up a little too much for Howell, but I don't have any problems with them going with Howell over Fields. If they think he's got the better fit for the type of scheme that Ryan Grubb run, cool. Great. Let's see what this kid's got. There's a lot of upside there, obviously, and some risk, but there's clearly some upside. And if they can coach out some of the problems and get him moving in the right direction, they may have scored. This may be the steal of the century. But they're also not like committing to him. And so until you find a guy that you're truly willing to like commit to at the quarterback spot, it's going to feel like you're in limbo. And until you have like a nucleus on the front of, the line of scrimmage that you feel comfortable with, that's going to change the style and the success, then you're going to feel a little bit in limbo.
Yeah, you're teetering.
Then that's going to continue to be my challenge here with the Seahawks, and hopefully they can get past that.
But if they draft a quarterback, we don't think they're going to move up anymore to get one of the top 4 in the draft or anything like that. But if they draft a quarterback, if they end up with Michael Penix or someone that we know, are you going to feel differently about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would, because then you're sort of taking a stand and saying, all right, we're going to try to sink or swim with whatever this guy can do. We're going to take a chance on him, and we believe he's the right guy. I don't think it's going to happen now. As much as a week ago I would have said I think they're drafting a quarterback this year, I don't think they are now. And it really feels to me like John looked at the situation and said, I can't get the guys I want. I just don't have the resources to do it. So let's get Howell, punt on this year in terms of a quarterback, not on the season in general, and hope that we can find that guy in another way. But get out of limbo. That's the one sort of thing I hope they're able to do sooner rather than later. But